Hallelujah and welcome to Jedi Cooks, and today we're making this yummy chicken. It's an organic free-range chicken, or in Swahili you can call it Kienyeji chicken. And let's start. So in a pot or pan, you're gonna put in your chicken. Of course, it has to be washed. It's washed, and then add into a pan, add in hot water. The cube that you can see there, so it's just a chicken cube, any chicken cube that you've got. You don't have to use this particular one, but I like the flavor of this one or the Kenyan Nor. And then you're gonna add in blended onions, garlic and ginger, all blended together. That mixture you add it in and boil the chicken with it. And this chicken, you always boil it for like an hour or more, depending on how you want it to be, the texture of it, whether you want it to be a bit more softer or a bit more harder is optional. And just look at that, it looks lovely. And you can actually, after that point, you can actually just drink that soup. And then in a separate pan now, we're gonna start making it. That's the chicken. It's already, you see, it's got its own oil, but I still use other oil anyway. And then I added in 2 white onions, medium white onions, and then come in with your chicken and give it a good mix. Let it fry a little bit until it's brown, and then after it's all brown, you're gonna add in some green peppers, and yeah, I mean, bigger bungila surprise. Add in green peppers, yeah, and then give it a good mix. We don't want it to cook for a long time, just for a little bit of the aroma. Yeah, you see the chicken is all browned and it's got an amazing flavor when you do that, but you don't have to do, it's optional anyways. Yeah, look at that, just look at that. At that point you want to taste, and then in the same pot you come in with garlic and ginger. So this day I was just lazy to to do fresh garlic and ginger, so I've got these cubes in the freezer. Yeah, and then come in with your blended tomatoes, and then give it a good mix. And then the spices, I don't need to mention the spices because you can see them. Yeah, so we're gonna continue singing. I love singing, whether you can suggest songs that I can sing while we're doing a video. Like at this point, I don't need to explain. That's the broth from the chicken. After you boil the chicken, that's the water that was left. So it's the chicken broth. Then give it a good mix, and then add in peppers. So it was a whole pepper. I used half in the beginning when I was frying the chicken, and then the other half comes in here. And then bring in your chicken. Just look how amazing it looks like. Ooh, lovely. And then give it a good mix. Lovely. And this kind of chicken, you can actually make it like a stew, or you can make it as a little bit wet fry. And I went for a little bit wet fry because I was eating it with ugali and sukuma. So I like it a little bit, just wet a little bit. Yeah, but you can actually just make it like a stew and eat it with paratha, chapatis, rice. So if you want to make it a stew, please add in a little bit more water, or leave in a lot of chicken broth and let the chicken just cook until the oil separates, and you have your stew. And just like that, look at mine, I wanted it like that. Amazing. And thank you, Jesus, for making this possible.